So, and then it took a little bit, but then the bucket like fell out of the window, and that guy was like, "That wasn't 20 pounds." But
Gets me
greetings,
every time.
and yeah, I know it's a good one. But greetings and welcome to Heroes Need Not Apply, our actual play show of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons on Roll20, the virtual tabletop. We're playing the Storm King's Thunder module. It's a campaign module through Roll20. I'm your DM Brady. And I'd like to take a quick second to do a little housekeeping real quick. First of all, I'd like to thank JNATHYN, or at JNATHYN, that's at JNATHYN, for letting us use his song Noir for our intro and outro songs. That's the song that you heard on the leading up music. Also, thank you to Syrinscape for we're using their sound systems and their sound stuff. You'll hear the battle sounds and the sound sets whenever we get to playing. You'll hear that whenever we start get going, but we'll also post all of those sound sets that we used online and on somewhere. Just look for them. Also, shout out to Roll20, our virtual tabletop that you'll see whenever we get playing here in a minute. It's made it possible for us to play together like this. Nice and easy. I really like it. I would suggest it. It's free. There's premium accounts, but you can get free and get pretty much everything that we're doing right here, except for the campaign module, which I had to pay for. But no big deal. It's really nice. I really like it. And then also go and support your local game shops, especially in these times. They need it. It's a good place to meet new people, meet people who are like-minded, who like to play games that you could possibly join up with. If you're a forever DM and you're looking for a group to play with, that you can actually be a player, you can find somebody there. Or if you're looking to be a DM, you could probably find a group there, or whatever you're looking for. Also, any of your gaming needs, go out and support your local game shops. So, with that being said, we are going to roll into the recap. Basically, you guys found the cave, came down the natural chimney, met a goblin Snigbat, asked you to kill Boss Hark and the ogres so he could become the new goblin boss. You went in there to the goblin boss's room and ended up killing him basically after a big long battle. And then Snigbat came in and was like, yeah, you took care of Boss Hark. What about the ogres? Oh, he had also went out to distract the goblins that were in the main room, and then they came back, and that's why he came back to see what you're doing. So basically, that's where we're gonna pick up at. You are in Boss Hark's little room. You've killed everything in there, but you can see Snigbat, he's in there. And you also have, I believe her name was Daphne, up there that you guys were talking to, who was the handmaiden for Lady Velrosa Nandar. And but yeah, so you guys kind of, after this combat, you have a second to breathe. So you're in this room. Things have kind of just died down, and Snigbat just ran in and was like, "Oh, you took care of Boss Hark. What what are you gonna do about the ogres?"
Well, I think that we kind of need a minute to breathe and rest up a little bit after that fight with Hark. That drew everybody, and we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Don't be so pushy, Snigbat.
Sorry, you know this. I'm sorry. This was
big
just my
aspirations of.
Yeah, I'm getting one step closer. You know, I've actually never made it past the whole like just thinking about it stage. So
Yeah, well,
always been the ideas man, huh?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I mean, I guess I just
Tarat's
very
gonna
brave
approach
dude.
him with the very clean and pristine armor that was not on the guy because he took it off, so it's not covered in blood or anything. Pristine for a goblin, I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
So you're just walking up to him.
Yep, this is for you, I'm gonna give him the crappy armor,
Oh,
the crappy pristine armor.
Yeah, that way he's
This
got
is the
status symbol for being the goblin. leader.
yeah.
now
Mhm.
is the armor itself? It's not magical or anything.
No, it's just
I didn't check that.
it was
Just
just
give it to him.
chainmail. It's just a simple
chainmail?
chainmail shirt.
Okay, and a greasy loincloth.
I don't
Yeah.
think it would fit any of us. So
No.
even if it was like special.
Yeah, and it had I mean he had like little scraps of like metal sort of just affixed to his clothing or what little clothing he had, but like they didn't do anything. It was more just like, oh, shiny, and put it on there to make him look like more effective, I guess, or something.
And I looked it up while we were off air. My duplicity is probably run out by this point.
Okay.
It's I think it only lasts a minute. So there's now goblin because the sky itself didn't have a time limit on it that I saw.
Okay, so you're still a goblin, and Oran, you are still a goblin as
No,
well.
No.
I dropped disguise self.
Oh, that's right, to go and talk to.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be a tall goblin.
Yeah.
running into the back and maybe meet some prisoners as they're deciding to make their break for it.
Yep,
or
that's
just scare
good.
them to
Good
death.
thinking. So I took your symbol off there, to show that you're not disguised anymore. But Coyn still has his up.
Alrighty.
And did
and
I,
just to, oh,
did
sorry,
I
go ahead.
say I cut the ears off of the dead goblins?
You did last time. Just make sure you mark that down on your inventory.
So another two.
Yeah.
Um,
and your duration for disguise self is an hour, so I mean,
Oh, it
we're
is?
definitely within an hour of when we came through the tunnel. I'd say.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
technically in game time right now, it's been like, I don't know, 20 minutes from when you descended the
There
chimney.
it is. Duration 1 hour.
So,
Okay.
Pat, Oran, your mage armor's probably getting close to running out.
Yeah, since it's like early in the day casting.
Yeah, so just be aware of that. Also, I just want to go back over health real quick. We've got Tarat at 11. Coyn is actually still full health at 21. And then Oran is at 7. So just bear that in mind.
Yeah, took some hits.
Definitely need a cleric with some healing.
Yeah, I wish we had one of
I
those.
wish we had one of those.
That'd be nice.
Maybe next time.
But we talked about gonna take a short rest.
Yeah. Oh, did anybody do like a perception check of the room?
Yeah, and I think I got.
Yeah,
I'd have to
perception or
listen back.
investigation or something like that.
Yeah.
I think
well,
somebody
just-
did do one.
Mhm.
Well, Oran,
I
just
did not.
re-roll an investigation check, or whoever wants to. Just re-roll it.
Investigation.
We'll say this is your post-adrenaline dump, so you calm down and have a good
Alright.
chance of seeing something.
I got a 16. What'd you get? A natty 20 for the first roll?
16 for
natty 1
for Oran.
Yeesh.
That's a 1
Very nice.
for old Coyn.
You get a 16 too,
Starting
Tarat?
that out.
Yeah, I got a 16
Nice.
as well.
So Tarat and Oran notice the same amount of stuff.
Very nice. So, as you were looking around, you already found everything on the bodies that you were going to find. But as you can see there to the west of that little room, there's a little haystack. And I don't know whoever
Oh yeah.
of the two of you that had a good enough perception, you were able to notice like a little bit of a kind of a glint. Not really a glint, but there's something in the haystack.
Okay.
Like it's kind of lumpy.
Let's say Tarat, or sorry, Coyn, if you don't mind, I need to rest up and try to do some recovery of some of my arcane powers. There's something over in that that pile of hay. Maybe something you might be interested in.
I'll step over and start like just tossing the hay, like just ooh, something shiny.
Coin, don't step on the hay. Just
Oh,
Yeah.
look around the
Yeah,
hay.
watch your fingers. It's a bear
okay,
trap.
It's a bear trap. 100% bear
Thanks,
trap.
thanks, Brady.
it's worth it.
So no, so you're digging around and you kind of look through, and the hay's not super deep, but you could tell that one of them may have been laying on it, probably Boss Hark. And off to the kind of the back, the part that hasn't really been laid on much. There is 3
Plus one scimitars.
glass, no, 3 glass vials, kind of large, your kind of normal bulbous-looking glass vials, with this sort of red liquid sort of swirling around in it with a little glint of gold, like just kind of roiling and boiling
Goldschlager.
inside
More,
of it.
yeah, more Goldschlager.
And you guys know from your experience just being around and stuff that you can tell these are greater healing potions of healing. So potions of greater healing,
Holy moly!
and those are 4d4
plus
4.
is that?
I've got it pulled up
Yeah.
on.
How many of those?
You found 3, so there are 1, 2, 3 potions of greater healing.
Man, if only there was 3 of us.
Oh yeah, because a common one is 2d4 plus 2.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and I don't know how you want to deal those out, but yes, one of those, if you drink them, is 4d4. That's 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
Health back. So.
Wow, 44 health. It's
44, 4.
4
day.
444. That's a lot of HP.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you found 3 of those, Coyn.
That's good for fighting the ogres. Anything else?
No, that was it. You could tell those were Boss Hark or whoever was sleeping there. You could tell they knew it was kind of special. If nothing else, it was very pretty and shiny-ish, sort of, in this red. So they thought it was special, and that's why it was tucked away over in that corner.
And how many javelins did we recover? Because Hark was throwing javelins, and I know
like 2
Tarat.
I think he only threw 2.
He threw
2.
2, and then he had 1 leaning up against the wall.
So how many did we recover? And are we giving those to Tarat, or
I mean,
What?
I'll say hang on, let
I
me
mean,
see here.
I don't really want javelins, but
do you have a way to do a ranged attack?
I
And
mean,
you could throw it
You
at
were
Tarat.
able
I could
to
throw
recover.
my short axe or
Okay.
my hand axe.
You were able to recover 2 of them. The one that he didn't throw, and then one of the ones that he threw had broke, but you were able to recover 2 of them. So if you want them,
Okay.
just be
Coyn,
aware
if
that
you-
you'll be
If
carrying.
you want,
them.
I can carry them. I mean, no matter to me.
Not about the carrying. I want to throw it at something.
yeah, I mean, it's
I mean, if nothing else, you could like carry it with you, and whenever you get into combat, just like toss them on the ground, and then they're there if somebody wants to throw
Just for
them.
the party.
yeah, javelin is strength based, isn't it?
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Okay, so
Anyway,
so you found the potions, and you handed them out, or did you, Coyn? Did you keep them? Did you hand them out? What?
I handed them out. I gave everybody one.
Okay, so everybody, just make sure you mark that on your inventory.
very nice.
Greater healing.
1 potion of greater healing. And you said you wanted to take a short rest. So,
Yeah.
real quick, this is something that Patrick and I had discussed off air. Sort of some house ruling things here, because since y'all are a party of 3, and normally this campaign is for 4 to 6 players, I'm trying to sort of make it a little bit easier on you since there's only 3 of you. And with Arcane Recovery, Patrick, if you want to kind of just tell real quick what it was that we decided
Yeah.
about that.
And that's what. So Arcane Recovery, with that, I can recover. What is it? Spell slots equal to half my wizard level rounded up. So we're level 3 right now, so that would round up to 2. So I can recover either like 2 level 1 spell slots or a level 2 spell slot. And I know we talked about Brady. If we wanted to make that like instead of half, just like equivalent to your level. But I do think we'll have to talk about it later. I think it should have a cap.
Yeah, for right now, we'll just do your level.
I can do
and then we'll get
half.
to it.
Because, like, I mean, I'm good with either taking a level 2 spell or 2 level 1s. That's
Okay.
good with me for now.
Yeah, we'll do that for now. We'll fine tune that later and figure out a scaling method along with that. But yeah, so just make sure you mark that. And let's see, on short rest, you can roll your hit dice, correct, to get back
Yeah,
HP as well.
hit dice, and we were corrected on it before. And thank you to, I can't remember who it was. You add your con modifier to that die roll for your hit dice.
Do you also take those? This is the way I understood it. Do you also take those hit dice off when you do your next long rest?
You
So
recover.
You could roll you could roll 2d4, d8, whatever it is, and then you take those 2 dice off whenever you do your long rest.
Yeah, so like right now I've got a total of 3d6 of hit dice, and after a long rest you recover half of your total. So if I used 2, half of my total is like 1.5, and so I'm assuming it rounds up. So I would actually recover all of my hit dice. So it's kind of a little bit of balance there. That way you don't just burn through like all your
Short
hit
rest.
dice. Yeah, because then you can only do one long rest every 24 hours. But I'm definitely
Cool.
going to use some of mine. So,
Yeah. So you guys are wanting to take a short rest right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
And then make sure you read that scroll
Yeah.
that
Oh,
you've been trying to read for like
yeah.
3
I was
days.
gonna say how many episodes have I had that scroll and just keep forgetting about
Like,
it?
A lot.
3 or 4.
I forgot about it.
I could have looked
entirely.
at it on the walk to the Dripping Caves, but I'm gonna look at
Yeah.
the scroll. Brady, is that? I don't know if
Okay.
that's an
Give me
investigation, arcana, arcana.
No, do an Arcana check. That makes
Do a
more
strength
sense
check.
for this.
Strength.
Can
Yeah,
you
do it.
even unroll
Can you
it?
tear it?
Can you destroy it with your hands?
Dang.
Agility.
The 10
Can you?
for the arcana
Okay.
check.
Yeah, so that's just good enough. You're able to kind of look over it, and you notice some of the symbols and stuff, and you're looking over it. You go, yeah, I know some of these words. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like,
No, but you look at it and you recognize some of the symbols, and you're actually able to sort of piece together over a little bit of time. This is actually, it's a special scroll,
mhm.
and it's for the cantrip Firebolt.
Ooh, a cantrip.
So
nice.
So this one is whenever you take the time. This is kind of, you won't find this in any like book the way this is going to work out, but basically it's
A little homebrew.
yeah. Well, it's the cantrip Firebolt, but the
Yeah.
way you're going to learn this is basically this is going to be an addition to your prepared cantrips.
Yeah,
so you have
known
your
cantrips.
right. So that's going to be on there once you take the time to learn this. It's going to be set on there, and you can, in addition to your other prepared ones, you're always going to have it prepared.
Okay,
So you'll always have Firebolt with you.
okay, so it just increases my known cantrips by 1.
Right, and it adds it permanently to your
Nice.
known spells.
Yeah.
Cool. But it is the scroll for cantrip Firebolt, and basically you'll have to spend a long rest sitting down and reading over the scroll and
Yeah.
actually learning how to say the incantation and make sure and like
Okay.
basically take a whole long rest to practice, the gestures and the words, and if there's any components for it for the first time to actually kind of like teach it to yourself,
Nice.
sort of a thing. So
So I just
yeah, you know what it is.
glance over it during the short rest and just kind of be like, all right, very cool. Like Oran loves
like to do a,
expanding his knowledge and rolls it up.
I'd like to do a sleight of hand check to steal it from him. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you kind of you want to
Oh.
fight,
And it blows you all up, and campaign's over.
fight against.
So I'm
Okay,
looking.
so
I looked
sorry,
up
go ahead.
javelin, and it says throne is the property. And I looked up throne, and throne says that I can use dexterity or strength based on what the weapon is and what the weapon is used for. So I go back to javelin, and it doesn't say that it's strength or
So
dexterity
basically-
based.
you can just treat it as a finesse weapon, so that way you can use either your strength or your dexterity for it.
Oh, yeah, I'll carry those javelins. Don't y'all worry.
I hand you one, I take the other.
Okay, that's
Cool.
cool with me.
All right. So anybody else doing any healing or anything?
That's
Uh,
a
Coyn,
1d6
you're fine.
piercing.
Yeah, I just lost
Wait,
my
so-
d6 roll and hit dice, but I'm about to roll my 3rd.
Yeah, I was about to say. So we have 3 hit dice, right?
Yep.
Because we're level 3.
Yep. So I just rolled. I spent all of my hit dice, and I got only 10 10 points of healing back. So
That's not bad. That's
And since
17 out of
mine is
21.
since I'm not arcane, I'm all
bring
divine.
me up to
I don't get
17.
any of the arcane spellcasting stuff coming back to me. I'm just my 2 level 2 spells are.
We'll have to figure
For the
something
day.
out to
I
for that.
I also just used all 3 of my hit die, and I got 10.
Nice.
Let's see.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out a way
Hang
to
on.
recover.
I'll
a little
what
bit for
we can say for
Dustin.
that, for Arcane Recovery, we can just say, for right now, for every 2 hours that you take, no, actually, for every 1 hour that you take in a short rest praying, then you'll recover sort of
Meditating.
like a spell slot. So it's basically Arcane Recovery, but so if you spend 3 hours, you can do like 3 first level spells or 1 second level spell and 1 first level spell slot. Like,
So we're doing 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Or how long were we doing?
Yeah, for a short rest, we got to take 2 hours.
oh, 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are doing. So my question is: are we just doing 2 hours, or are we doing more than 2 hours?
2.
Two total. All right. So then I'll recover. If you're allowing that to happen, then I'll recover 1 of my level 2 spells.
Okay. Up to
Oh, I must have
1 second
misunderstood.
level. No, for every hour you take praying,
Mhm.
basically treat that as like a spell slot, and then you can combine those however. So you could get like 1
1 level 2.
second spell, yeah, 1 second level and 1 first level, or 3 first levels, or say like, I know you don't have them yet, but like 1 third level spell
Yeah,
slot.
and I'd like to use that to because I cast both of my commands as second level spells, and I had 2 second level spells per day. So I'd like to recover 1 of my second level spells.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because that
Yeah.
would leave me with 3 level 1 spells and 1 level 2 spell going into this Ogre battle.
Yeah, just however you want to work it out, those 2 slot things, however you want to do it.
All right, I'm set. I've prayed. I've spread the incense throughout the room, and I'd like to. Since we're using this 2 hours and I'm doing that, I'd like to say that I took the symbol of Joaquin, the holy symbol of my order, and I somehow took a moment to fashion it from the Flava Flav style chain around
Lock
my
around the
neck
neck, yeah.
to move it down to my belt buckle.
Oh,
So now I
okay.
have fashioned it into a giant belt buckle. And after doing this, I come out and I go, "Hoo, hoo, hoo." You know, like Johnny Bravo.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll okay, that sounds cool. We won't do a tinker check or anything. We'll just say that you were able to affix it on there fairly
Oh,
well
I
for
could have,
now.
yeah.
No, that's okay. Okay, so everybody done everything that they
Yeah. Did you
would
need
like?
to recover any HP? No, you're full up, Coin.
Yeah, Coin's
Yeah.
good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, he was basically a
Great thing
ghost
about
that
him.
whole time.
It's the
Yeah,
gateway about
that's true.
Duplicity. He's an invincible battlefield healing mage.
Right.
that can
As long
run
as
out-
nobody can see you, like this was a very good time that worked out.
Yeah, well, no.
But if
he-
we were
the-
like out in the open, you'd have to like go hide or something.
Well, and here's the thing with it: doing some research, reading, and
Snake
learning,
bat.
is that
Snakeback's gone.
Yeah, he just
No,
he just walked
no.
away.
he got bored.
Well, we'll get to that.
What a prick! You give him armor and he doesn't even say thank you.
So
Oh, he was
everything
there.
I read said that duplicitous image couldn't be damaged, but that as long as you could see it, you could cast a healing spell. So you could send your duplicitous image out for 1 minute into the battlefield to stand next to another fighter, cast
just-
healing on that fighter
just-
constantly,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
For
just
10
be a
turns.
buff.
that'd
Yeah,
be nice.
10 turns.
It's a little broken. Let's nerf it.
Yeah.
I
No.
mean, he
No,
did,
though.
I mean, he didn't heal me that whole last time.
Okay,
Right.
so
I'm gonna talk
um,
to Daphne and excuse me, ma'am, Miss Daphne, I believe you said.
Yeah, she's back, like she's just sitting there with her arms around her knees. Sitting
Yeah,
on the
I'm gonna
thing,
give her
and she's just like,
some of my rations from my pack. I'm not gonna give her any healing potion, but just some comfort.
Well,
Say,
she recovered
listen,
some, it looks like.
listen. No, her, not me. Listen. I know you've been through a whole lot. You said you had been back in this section. Were you ever with the other prisoners? Could you show us where that's at?
she's like just kind of huddled up, got her arms around her knees on the floor. She's kind of rocking back and forth a little bit. She's just been like pretty much constantly sobbing and or crying
Yeah,
in
she got
different degrees,
attacked by rats.
heavily and lightly. So basically, just like, especially once you told her Lady Velrosa was dead.
Did I say
it
that?
just kind of
I don't.
Way to go, Patrick.
Yeah.
she took it really hard, and she's just kind of been like, just wailing and crying and sobbing, and she just kind of takes a second. She's like, she's up, and she takes the whatever it is you give her, the little bit of
Yeah. Some hardtack.
yeah, some hardtack, and she kind of takes it. She takes like a little tiny nibble, like you can tell she's not even hungry, but she's just taking it out of like, respect or whatever. She's just like, no,
Not even hungry. I take it back.
no, it's mine.
I process.
So she's just like, no, they for whatever reason just took me and that other girl and took us straight in here, and everyone else went one way. It was dark. I couldn't really see much, but we just split off in different directions. I don't know. It just goes back to like crying.
Okay.
But
All right.
Thank you for the food.
Yeah.
She kind of starts to eat a little bit more. You can tell that talking a little bit kind of
Right.
helped snap her out of it a little bit. But
All
she's
right.
still just sitting there, just kind of rocking.
Okay. All right. All right, Daphne. So, I don't think it's going to be a good idea to leave you back in here. I think you're gonna either need to. We can show you a way out, if you feel safe enough to try to escape that way and go hide in the woods somewhere, or you can come with us to go try to get the rest of the prisoners, or the rest of the townsfolk, and try to, reconvene with them, and while we address the ogre situation. I think that's your two options.
Yeah,
Is it-
she kind of looks up at you and she's like, well, I think I would be more of a hindrance if I were to go with you to try and make it to the other villagers.
Right. I just don't want to.
Actually, Daphne, I
Well-
may have a solution here.
Yes.
Rather than be a hindrance, you can be an inspiration to your people. You can help us find them, and here's how.
Look at that spin.
And he is going to lay out a plan in which she pretends to be bound, and I lead her through the ogres to the other side, to the other prisoners, find their location, and then come back, and after having taken her over there with these rusty scimitars, javelins, whatever, and I arm some of the townsfolk to help get them out of there.
Okay. Hang on. How long does disguise self last?
An hour.
1 hour, yeah.
Yeah. So his is still up,
Oh,
but I
no, it's
dropped.
not, 'cause we
No,
took
it
a
dropped.
2-hour rest.
Yeah. It
Oh yeah, you're
It's
right.
gone.
You're right.
So I'm this handsome, pudgy half elf.
Never seen a pudgy half elf before, but here he is.
It's a good
So-
thing there's a bunch of dead goblins you can mimic on the ground right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I guess just two.
But that I don't know how many times I can cast duplicitous image.
Yeah. So I tell
Well, you're needing to cast disguise self, not duplicitous image.
Oh, that's right, this guy's.
so I think I can cast disguise self on myself, maybe one more time if need be. I think I was able to recover that much, but I don't know.
It's one of my level ones. I can do that also.
Yeah, so we could re-up the disguise self, leave Tarat back here, or on this side. I'm guessing that
We
I mean,
could escort. You could take
escort
one
both
the
of them to the
and I could
prisoners.
take the other. Yeah, there
That's
you go.
true.
Which
If
classic
Daphne, if Daphne wants to come with us. If not, then I mean, I guess she's leaving her fate up to whether she can go hide in the woods.
Daphne,
Yeah,
you
she's-
have the chance here.
So she kind of
to
looks
be an
up at you.
inspiration to your
Yeah, she
village.
looks up at you and she's like, I don't think I could be much of an inspiration, but I don't think I would be any good by myself in the woods. At least, even just trying to hide.
Right.
I've been in the castle and the keep for so long. I'm not much one for outdoorsy type things. And although I probably wouldn't be much help, besides this display of distraction, I would probably be better off staying with you and just helping you as best I can.
Sounds like we have a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so y'all are gonna disguise
Yeah.
selves again into goblinos.
Yeah.
And just so you know, there are those goblins and stuff that you killed in that room. They're still there. I just moved their tokens off the board just because there was,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
was a little jumbled.
yeah, it was a little lot.
And Kate, I can't remember the last communication I had with Kate when she was telling me everybody was coming back.
Right,
And
yeah.
Snakebat, said everything was going good, that, everybody was following him
Right.
now.
Well, that they had. Okay, real quick. Basically, Snakebat didn't just wander off whenever you guys did that. You guys were going to take your rest, and he basically said that he was going to go back to his room and just
Okay.
hang out until y'all got done,
Mhm.
and then he was going to come back, which he's about to come back right now.
I have a
But
feeling.
before, what he was saying was he was just making a distraction, and he got all those goblins
Mhm.
to go out of the cave. Not necessarily that they were following him like he's the boss, but
Right, yeah.
he made a distraction,
So
and
they
they
couldn't
followed
back up
him
the boss.
outside.
Okay,
So
so,
but they all came back in, and they're back in. And as you guys are wrapping up your rest, Snakebat comes in and says, you've figured out what you're gonna do?
yeah.
Are we already in disguise self? Have we already
If-
done that?
You guys can either wait until right before you go out, or you can go ahead and do it now.
I mean,
Whatever.
I'd kind of like to have done it before he walks into the room.
okay.
That's fine.
Like towards the end of our rest, whenever we hear him start coming down the hallway, just
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys were basically about to do it anyways, and you heard him coming, so you just cast it, and
That's good.
so
All
you're
right.
these taller
So-
goblins now.
Yeah. So, Snakebat. So what are the other goblins doing? Like, are they gonna view us with some scrutiny? Do you know what that word means?
Scrutiny. What?
Are they
is that
are
like
they gonna
crumbs?
are they gonna believe
they
that
gonna not like us?
they gonna believe that we're goblins? Because I mean, we are
Or the-
goblins.
the other goblins or the ogres?
The other
Yes.
goblins, they came back in with you. I want
And remember, you still have what's his name's head.
Yeah,
Yes, I
we
do.
just want to fight. We want to take care of the ogre problem, like we talked about. I don't want to have any other problems with any of the goblins. I want to have good relationships with the other goblins that are left behind.
Oh, okay. So you want me to clear them out of the cave again for a little bit, so you can fight the ogres and not have to worry about, because if you start attacking the ogres, those goblins out there, they'll
Yeah.
attack you for attacking the ogres. So, I mean,
Right.
like, do you want them gone again? I can make another. I'm pretty good at making distractions.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at
Is
being
that why they
annoying.
call you Slingbat?
No.
uh,
Yeah, like that.
is there any way you could let us go check on the humans, the other townsfolk, before you distract, or are there goblins there that we need to distract?
I mean, I could. I don't think we left any goblins guarding them. I
Yeah.
think it's just the
Bad
goblins in
move.
the main cave, and then the ogres there with them.
Okay.
But how will you make the people think that you're not actually goblins there to hurt them?
Because we're real.
We have a plan, Snookbat. Why don't you lead the way, and then after you, our Mr. Tarat will go, our Longshanks, well, our short Longshanks, and then we'll get behind him, we'll have our friend here, the other goblin, and then we'll have our young lady friend here, Daphne, and then I'll be following her, and we'll make it look like we're escorting captives to be locked up with the other prisoners. Do you think you can help us with that, Snigbat?
And Daphne will help us convince the prisoners that we're not going to hurt them.
Yeah, I can get you over there. The thing is, once you get over there, how are you gonna get the people all out? Because there's a lot of them. Like it's the whole town. They're
Right.
all over there.
Right. Well,
So how are you gonna get them back out? That's what giving me a headache right now. I don't know.
Well, we just want to check with them and let them know our plan, and then we'll get you to make the distraction. We'll fight the ogres, and then we'll all leave.
Okay, so we'll all go over there, do your thing, and then I'll go out while you're talking to the villagers, and I'll get them to go out, and then you fight the ogres, and then I bring me and my buddies back, and then that's when you make me the
Yes.
boss, right?
Right. You'll
Correct.
be in charge.
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone should already be seeing-
With
He's like,
exclusive
that'll-
trade rights
He points
to the
at
Coyn
Tarat.
Valentine Snake Oil Empire.
He points at Tarat with the head. He's like, yeah, that'll prove that you're on my side, and like, so you guys will say that I'm like with you, right? And then everybody will be afraid of all the goblins. And okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
So
Let's go.
Let's go. So get over here, right in this, and we'll get into your marching order. How you want to get this
Oh,
figured
boy.
out?
Yeah. You said.
I
you
mean, I'm a
wanted-
prisoner, so I guess you can be
I'll get
leading me
behind.
first.
You said
Yeah.
Snigbat up front, then
Okay.
then Tarat, then
Mhm.
me, then Daphne, then Coyn.
That is our marching order. There we go.
Okay. Just
Can't
just
tell.
for sake of movement, I'm just gonna put us all in a
Line
line.
everybody up.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let me.
And I would like to be making perception checks
Oh yeah.
as we're
Gonna
marching
be-
through to pick up any kind of details as we move
I'm
through.
obviously gonna put the decapitated head in my bag. Just
Oh,
throwing it out there.
yeah,
It's not
let's-
gonna be on display.
Wait till the right moment to reveal that one.
Actually, can I throw it in my bag? Is that okay?
Why do you want it?
I have a plan.
No. It's gonna go in my bag.
That's
I
my
don't
boy.
like your plans.
You don't know it yet. Maybe I'll tell you.
That's why he doesn't like it, because it's one of your plans.
Remember
Let's
that
work
time
out
when you
in the
turned
end.
into a goblin and
It
you just
all-
ran in this room?
It
for
all
no
works
reason?
out in the end.
Worked out, didn't it?
It
No, it
did.
didn't.
It
It
did.
did
It
absolutely
did.
nothing.
We
It
definitely
absolutely did.
went with a different plan, and it worked.
We-
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Stood
so
and fought.
Snigbat turns around and looks at y'all. And he's just like, you guys, you ready?
Let's march, Nick.
Ready as we'll ever
So
be.
he looks
Snigbat.
at all of you, and he looks at all of you, and he goes, "Nobody say anything, or that's gonna give it away. Okay? Don't say a word. Just follow me. Okay?"
Coin. Oran turns back.
Coin's just got a big smile on his face.
All right. So Snigbat turns around and goes,
Cast
kind
silence.
of motions for you over his shoulder, and is like, "Let's go."
Okay.
So I'm just gonna move you all
Yeah,
as a unit.
You work us. There
Yep.
you go.
Choo choo.
It's like in the Scooby Doo thing.
The Benny Hill music.
Yeah.
No, but you guys are walking. Snigbat's kind of leading the way. You found some rags and like little bits of rope to put around Tarat and Daphne's hands. That they're not actually bound; they're just to look that way.
Yeah.
And Snigbat's kind of holding a piece that's coming off of Tarat's, kind of like he's acting like he's leading him along, just to play it up for everybody, to make sure all the goblins, everybody's cool. So as you walk into this cavern, you see that field of stalactites and stalagmites that you saw from the mouth of the cave. The ogre that was laying in the middle has gone back to sleep because you guys kind of woke it up earlier, but things had kind of settled back down. You can tell it's back asleep. It snores. Just laying there asleep. The other one is that was down there in the mud bath that was like actively bathing in mud. You can see it's like slumped down into it with its arms up on the side, like it's sitting in a hot tub kind of thing. And it's not asleep, but it's definitely just like just relaxing in this kind of slowly bubbling, just a bloop, like mud that's kind of warm. You can see little bits of steam coming off of it. And all around the ledges there that are about 10 feet up on where those goblins are, they're just kind of like standing there. They've got their short bows. They're not really drawn. Some have them kind of leaned up against the ledges behind them, and they're all just kind of standing in there in different states of awareness. Some are there's like one or two of them that are actually kind of actively like
Good at
looking
their
around and
jobs.
stuff. Yeah, and then you see one of them just kind of like leaned up against the wall, not really asleep, but just kind of like nodding off. And then the other two are just like picking at their fingers and like kicking dirt around on the floor, not really paying attention. You see a couple of them kind of look up at you guys, and you see it out of the corner of your eyes, but you don't like turn your head to look and see them looking. But you can see them all looking at you, and you see them look at you guys for a little while, and then just go back to what they were doing, just like picking their fingernails, going back to sleep. And Snigbat kind of leads you across. There's this pool of water there. It doesn't really look very deep. It's just kind of
Yes, hold that up to the camera.
Hold what up?
Those notes.
All the
Look.
pages upon pages that you have right there.
You see
there.
your-
Look, I'm
all-
gonna give everything away.
All your secret,
Oh,
your
man,
secrets.
You idiot. Enhance.
You fool.
Enhance.
Wait,
Enhance.
enhance. No, but you see this this pool there that's kind of sitting there. It's a little shallow
Poolish.
pool. You see the water is actually running down the side of the cave, not like gushing or anything, but just kind of like slowly trickling down this wall, and it's just pooling up there, and it's kind of looks like it has a little bit of sort of scum on the top around the edges, and it's not moving water. It's just kind of sitting there, stagnant water. So you guys make your way past
100%.
that, and you see Snigbat. He kind of steps over to the side, and he lets you guys go on in, because as hang on a second. So as he lets you guys in, he's trying to be somewhat quiet because of this this goblin up here that's kind of slowly pacing back and forth. He waits till you guys get in, and let me reveal.
Plot twist, all the villagers are dead.
All of the villagers. Yeah, all
Never.
of the villagers.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Man, that's a lot of poorly dressed people. Like,
So you all make your way in.
One
And,
big happy family.
Snigbat says to Coyn as he goes in, he's just like, "All right, just give me a little bit, and I'll get these other goblins out. So you go on in. Whenever you hear a big commotion, you'll have a little bit of time to come out and fight until they come back inside. You won't have too much time, but you'll should have enough to beat the ogres. So y'all get in there and give me a few minutes and see what I can do."
What was the name of the blacksmith, the merchant that we were supposed to be looking
Morak.
Yeah.
for? Morak.
Already had it pulled up.
Whoa. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Blonde
look.
dwarf.
Somebody actually paying attention.
Yeah, got it written down.
Morak. All right.
different.
Do you have his last name? It doesn't matter.
I do
So,
not.
so Snigbat starts to kind of walk back off, and you guys are able to, make your way in around the corner to not be seen by. Okay, and this is a big, it's a big hole. So you walk into this room, and all of the people are like super crammed into this little tiny area. They're all huddled together. You see some kind of family units that are what's left of family units huddling together. You see a few guards stripped of all their weapons and stuff like that. They don't really have much armor on, and everybody's looking pretty rough. Like they're either looking pretty bloodied or like they don't have much left in them in the tank. So they're all in different disarrays of like beatenness and like kind of starting to look a little gaunt and stuff like that. But they're all huddled together, and they see you all coming in, and everybody just sort of like recoils, and you see them like go back against the walls as much as they can, and they see Daphne, and they all just kind of like, you hear them kind of like take their breath a little bit, and they're all like just waiting in suspense, like, oh, what are they gonna do to her this time? What are they gonna do to us this time? Kind of a thing.
And
you see that on their faces.
I walk directly into the room and I go, which one of you is Morak?
in a very not goblin voice.
Very not. Hi, I'm Coyn Valentine. I am a purveyor of fine oils and wines.
Always the salesman. I'm gonna
So you see,
lean over to Daphne while he's talking. Like, keep it quiet, but calm everybody. Like, let them know what the plan.
Just like,
start passing word.
Yes, I'll start going around passing the word. And
Little telephone action. That way, nobody knows what's going on.
yeah, she's like,
We're
no,
here to save your village. The faster Morak presents himself, the quicker we can all leave.
Coyn.
So, see right down here, he says, first you'd have to shut up yourself for somebody to respond.
Don't know how to do that.
I like this guy.
So he's like, "Hey, that's me." So you see this dwarf walk up, like you were saying, with the blonde hair, kind of. It's hard to describe. It's not really like swept back, but it's this sort of like, what's the blonde dude from Street Fighter?
I was gonna say it looks like
Blanca.
no,
Guile.
no, Guile.
Yeah, Guile.
Yeah, it looks like an anime character.
Like, yeah, kind of like hair like that. And he's got this big, like, kind of looks fairly well maintained beard that's just kind of like comes down straight like that. He's a pretty stout looking dwarf, a little bit more stout than normal dwarves, and he just kind of like pushes his way through the crowd. And he's like, "Hi, that's me."
I was she in a cell by herself. And I point at Daphne.
So as you can tell, the word is going around clockwise, so it hasn't quite got back to that side of the cave yet to know that you guys are like actual people. So it's just like, who are you, goblin, to be asking me questions like that?
Like,
and I smack myself on the forehead. And when I smack myself on the forehead, he can tell that my stature is not that of a goblin, because remember, they can see through it if there's contact.
Yeah.
And he can tell that I'm not a goblin.
His hand would pass through the illusion. In fact, you'd go to hit yourself in the head, and you would hit a space a foot over the goblin's head.
With an audible smack.
Okay, well, you see him he kind of bucks up and he's like, what's this magic? And about that time, you see Daphne has kind of like slowly made her way through the crowd and kind of gets up behind and puts a hand on his shoulder and like leans down, and you hear him like, what? Oh, okay. That's what I'm talking about. And then you see him like, you see her say one more thing, and she looks kind of sad a little bit, and she just like, you hear her say something about she's gone, and you see him say, what? She just like, she nods, and he's, well, at least y'all made it here.
And I show him the ring of goblin ears. I'm like, we've made it this far. And I flip the rusty scimitar around in my hand, so I'm holding the backside of the blade, and I present it to him.
So he kind of walks, and you see him like sort of nodding. He's like playing with his beard, thinking like, just playing everything over in his head, like thinking about kind of what Daphne said and what you guys do. All right, so this is a rescue, okay. And hey, just so you know, they're saying all this in hushed tones anyways, but it's just hard for me to do all this with like
quiet.
It's hard to do the voice like that. So,
Oran just keeps
it doesn't make
shh.
So
No,
just
if
too
they're just
too
too
loud,
loud, just
too loud.
toss them in the hole.
um,
Mute button.
So I'm just doing that just because it makes for better audio. So just bear that in mind. So he goes, okay, all right. Just so you know, everybody here is pretty battered up, and I don't think we do much good with any type of weapons or anything. So as much as I like your plan, I don't know if we'd be much use to you.
So I still hold the blade out to him so that I'm making sure
Yeah,
the
and
hilt is towards him.
Yeah, he
And
reached out and he took a hold of it.
as he grabbed hold of it, I kind of held on to it for a second. So he goes to pull it towards himself, and I held on to it and I say, courtesy of Coyn Valentine, Snake Oils, Fine Wines, Adventurers Incorporated, and let go.
Okay. He's like, oh, businessman. We may have to talk when we get back to town.
All right.
And we're not asking you to fight. This scimitar, mine, and I hand it to him, and I indicate the other scimitar held by the other fake goblin, and I go, and that one are to help you out of any sticky situations.
All right. But first, I guess we got to get out of here first. Right as he's saying that, you start to hear something like back in the other thing, and you hear Snigbat just being like, man, get out, just like making all sorts of racket and noise and like banging. You're like, it sounds like he's banging on pots and pans, and you're like, where did he get pots and pans?
Yeah. Oran is going to quickly say to Coyn, like, do we want them to run out the path where the ooze was?
Yes.
Yes.
As fast as possible while we get this fight kicking?
Yes.
As quietly as possible.
Yeah. But, I mean, with all these people going through, it's not going to be quiet. We're going to lose surprise. So I think we need to get the show
Holy
rolling.
Crap, there's a cat in my house.
Do you own a cat?
No.
Oh,
nice.
Interesting.
Momentarily pause.
Anyway.
Do you need to exterminate a cat?
You want to remove the cat while we discuss this?
It's a stray cat that lives in the neighborhood. For everybody that doesn't know, there's lots of snow in Tennessee right now. We've been letting the stray cat in the house so it doesn't freeze to death at night.
Oh, so sweet.
I forgot that it was in the house.
You have a cat now.
No,
is what you're saying.
we don't have a cat.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyway.
Yeah, you do.
But it scared me.
Oran's going to say,
what's its name?
I think we're going to,
I know the kids have named it.
I think we're going to lose the element of surprise as soon as we start moving.
Yeah, and so you hear all that racket, and like you hear all of the villagers that are there around you, all those people. You see them start to get a little bit excited and a little bit nervous, but they look to you guys and they're all like, "Oh yeah, this is part of the plan. This is what we're here for." So they sort of calm down a little bit. They're still pretty scared, but then you hear that again out in the middle. You hear you hear those ogres waking back up.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear them kind of trudging around and stuff like that, but you heard all the goblins kind of like slowly making their way out. But you still hear those ogres like tromping around, like they don't know what's up, so they're a little bit on edge.
All right, Morak.
There you go.
Yeah, and I can't hear it, so I'm sure it's good.
It's pretty good. It sounds like
Morak. As soon as you leave this room, hug the wall to the left, and there's a passageway that we have cleared. You need to follow it and get out. I know that you should be able to see in the dark. You need to make sure that everyone gets out as swiftly as possible.
Yeah, he looks at you and goes, I saw it on my way in.
Okay.
I'll be sure to lead everyone out. Does it just come out by the...
It comes out,
edge,
on the east, on the east side, into the woods, I believe.
I'll lead everyone out, and we'll just start making our way back to town, and we'll just meet you back at town.
Okay.
And very, very quickly before you leave, if you're ever approached by a lone goblin by the name of Snigbat, looking to make any kind of mercenary trade with your town, don't kill him right away. At least hear what he has to say.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in your rescue.
Okay, so you just see his eyes kind of narrow, and he's just like, "All right, I'll give him a fair chance, but let's get out of here."
Yeah. I look to Tarat, look to Coyn. You're like, how do we want to do this?
So I feel like once the distraction has kind of started, we will go out and kind of try to sneak out and provide any kind of like meat shield for these guys as they're rushing around the corner.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna take that dude's head out of my bag and have it in my hand, ready in my hand.
Stick it on your javelin. That's what I was going to do with it earlier.
Yeah.
Ah.
Go
Okay.
ahead and
All right, so what
It's
you
on
guys-
it's on rope.
So you guys basically want to go out, and for lack of better terms, you're wanting to just go out and fight the ogres to distract them while everybody else just runs out the
Essentially.
back door, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you see Morak kind of going around, just making sure everybody heard, and he's kind of describing like, all right, we're basically telling them we're just gonna go
Get your
straight out of
shoes
here,
on. We gotta go.
hug the wall, and then go out the little path. Don't stop. Don't slow down. He's basically just telling them just like, basically grab onto the person in front of you and don't stop, because he's gonna lead them out. So they're basically just starting like a train, like hanging onto each other's cloaks and stuff behind, and they're just gonna like just run out and just like make their way out. So you see everybody kind of starting to line up and like grabbing the person in front of them, and you see Morak, he gets behind you, and you see Daphne about halfway in the conga line of people getting ready, and she just kind of looks at you guys and she just like kind of nervously nods. And then you see Morak looking at you guys, and he turns around and looks at everybody. He's like, all right, we're ready as we'll ever be.
Yeah. What do you see, Tarat? And can Oran see in this space with no dark vision?
I was about to ask, is this what I actively see? Because I kind of made my way to the opening.
Yeah,
this
this is basically what you can see, and I'm just leaving it blank, or I'm just leaving it open like that because just from your memory of what you saw when you walked over, and then piecing it together from what you saw when you came in the mouth of the cave, like you have a basic understanding. But Oran, you're going to be in dim light because I meant to mention there are some like bioluminescent things like moss and stuff. So it's dim light. You can't see very far, but you're going to be able to see enough to like operate.
Okay.
Basically.
Gotcha. All right.
So yeah, you guys
ready?
All right. So I'm gonna run into the cave opening.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna go.
Coins. Got the javelin in both hands, ready to throw
I'm trying
it.
to see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 feet away. I feel like that's doable. So I'm gonna run in there, and then I'm gonna chuck the head at that ogre that is closest to me on the north part of this map. I'm gonna say, I guess it. Do I have to roll to see if it successfully like makes it to him, or?
No, you just you basically just lob it at him.
Yep, I'm gonna lob it, and I'm gonna say, "Master, no more. Leave."
Okay. So while you did that, so Coyn and Oran, where do you guys want to go to within your movement speed for this? You're not in initiative order yet, but I just wanted to do this as you all ran in at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into initiative.
Yeah, and
also, fans at home, remember, I'm a dwarf.
And I'm going to...
Not going to get intimidation.
I'm going to take a look. I mean, do I see... Are both ogres up and about now, or is one of them still asleep? I don't know if the racket woke him up.
They're both up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So just going to step into the room and going to ready magic missile and see what they do. If they make any kind of aggressive step towards us, just gonna hit the closest one.
The one that gets closest first. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Coyn, where do you want to be within your movement speed?
I'd like to be up on this. Let's see. Let me measure here, but I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It'd put me either here or here on this ledge with the javelin.
So that's 10 feet up, remember, so...
Okay, so I'd have to spend...
Yeah, it's just difficult terrain, so it takes...
So it'd take half my
So yeah,
movement speed
you can just get right up on the ledge.
Okay.
So
all right.
You're able to just scurry up it. Okay, so Tarat runs in and takes the head and basically just like lobs it over at that first ogre up there up to the north, and just, yells, "Master, no more, run," basically. And while you're doing that, Oran comes in, and you see him just like kind of getting ready, basically for whatever's going to get closest to him. And Coyn just like runs in and scampers up like that little 10-foot ledge and just standing there like just ready for anything.
Well, my ready to action is going to be the first ogre that closes distance on Tarat or the people, I'm going to hit it with the javelin. So that's my ready to action, I guess you could say.
All right,
Prepared.
cool. So you threw that. Excuse me.
Make sure I'm not blocking the entrance.
So you threw that head at that one up north, and you see it like the head just like hits and tumbles to that ogre's feet, basically. And he like looks down and just goes, and just like raises a big foot up and just squishes it, and just goes, and then starts to like walk towards you. And when it does that, it just says, "Naba." And you hear the other one look, or you see the other one kind of look up there and just starts walking in y'all's direction. So everybody roll initiative.
All right.
Done.
Do I get my magic missile casting before initiative since I readied it?
So both you and Coyn had
Okay.
readied actions. We'll say once they come in range of that, that'll just happen, and then we'll go like you'll do that first, and then we'll go.
Really?
into
Again? It's the second. I rolled a 2 for initiative last week too.
Hey Brady, I don't know if you can see it in the little turn order, but on the side, my initiative's 15. It's not 19.
Okay, yeah, I see it there. So Tarat.
I rolled a 16 for initiative.
There you go.
Very nice. Now let's see what the ogres. Let me pull up. Okay. Okay. So the javelin throwing. Is that the what's your distance on that?
3120, I believe. But I'm going to double check it. Yeah, so javelin throwing is going to be 30 or 120. It is page number 149. And javelin is 3120. 30.
Okay, so it's 50 feet away right now to
Mhm.
the closest one. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. The lower one is going to
Mhm.
be 30
Where?
feet away.
Okay.
Did you say 30 or 20?
30 or 120. I have two range increments.
Okay, so the first increment is where you can throw it without being at disadvantage, and then anything after that, up to that second number, is going to be disadvantage. Anything after that second number is basically a sheer miss.
Yeah.
So it's just right within the lower one. It's just right within the range. So
Okay.
if you want to, you can throw it at that lower one, or you can hold a little bit longer until they all get closer. But this is going to be, if you go ahead and do this now, you're going to get that off, and then you'll get to take your actual action. That's how I'm ruling it right now, just because of your readied actions. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and throw it and see what you get. Or you can actually wait until your first turn and then do it. But I mean, you basically get a free javelin throw right now.
So I can either take this free javelin throw now or take it at the beginning of my turn.
Yeah,
Or hold
but
my action. Did I roll the highest?
Yeah,
you got 16. You're first in the initiative, so I mean, it wouldn't do you much good because they're not going to be moving any closer by the time it's your turn.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and throw the javelin at the one within 30 feet.
Okay, so that's going to be this lower one to the south.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you see Coyn up there. He sees that one that's near the mouth of the cave starting to walk towards, and he just takes that javelin and just and
Is that your javelin throw with dice?
It is. It was. That is going to be so it's my attack bonus is a +2 plus my dexterity bonus is a +2, so that's +4. So that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
So it's 1d6 piercing damage.
Yeah.
6. plus
There you go.
damage.
Plus your dex.
Plus your dex.
plus my is it also plus my
No, just
modifier?
just the dex.
Yeah, just
Okay.
the dex.
So that'd be 8 points of damage to Mr. Ogre.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a pretty good hit. So
Yeah.
you just kind of like
Thunk.
you just throw it and you see it go sailing through the air, and it catches it kind of like in the top part of the shoulder. Catches it in the top part of the shoulder, and it just kind of like reaches up and just breaks it off, and just like is looking in your direction, coming your way. And then Oran, you get to cast your magic missiles off before.
Very nice.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to the one up north since he stepped forward and just launch my 3 magic missiles.
Okay, see it.
So that's 2.
And those are just automatic hits,
6.
right?
Yep. Ooh, that's 13 total damage, force damage
Nice.
to the north ogre.
So Oran kind of like looks around and he sees this one up north that squashed it and starting to come, like squash that head that you threw up at it, starting to come at him. He just like whips around, sticks his hand out, and just sends out these 3 little sparkly force darts, and they both. You see one hit him in the shoulder, and the next one hits it in the forehead, and then the next one kind of basically hits it like almost like a punch across the chin. It's just like, and it kind of like staggers back just a little bit. It's just like. Kind of shakes his head off a little bit, kind of like you can see it hurt it pretty bad. Like you can see a little bit of like blood coming from its, just like the little bit coming from the corner of its mouth, and it's just like,
oh, was that just our
Ready actions? Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, that was just your rated action. So basically, it wasn't necessarily a surprise round per se,
giving
but
us freebies.
yeah, that's you guys had them readied, and it was kind of like you stacked up, and it's like you're doing, a breach and clear almost kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But, so now we're going to the regular initiative order. So that brings us to Coyn. So you threw that javelin and it hit the lower one, and you just saw Oran, throw his hand out and hit the other one with these sparkly darts, and kind of made it stagger a little bit. And
so would I use my move action to draw my crossbow now? Would that be? Is that how that works? Or would I just have to draw my crossbow with my action?
No, I mean you draw it.
You can just draw it because you had the javelin.
It's a free action.
You don't have it anymore. So like, it's just a free action to draw it.
Yeah.
So the range on that one is 80. Within the first range increment.
Yeah, you're good.
So I'm gonna hit the. I threw the javelin and I hit the lower one.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna draw a bead on this one with the crossbow, and I'm gonna launch a crossbow bolt into its ugly, deformed, evil eyes.
So you threw the javelin and you just immediately just like bring the hand crossbow up, kind of take aim.
Light crossbow.
Light crossbow. Sorry. And then you take aim and you just and you pull the trigger.
9 plus 4. 13. Probably missed.
13 to hit?
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Oh, lucky.
They are big piles.
Yeah,
of
these are
meat.
big dudes with hardly any type of armor, basically.
Come on, 8 on the D8.
But all the blood in the world compared to an
8
dwarf.
on the D8 plus
Blood
2.
lost.
10.
So 10. Very nice.
And I know you guys don't believe me. I will have to get a dice cam just so you guys.
Oh yeah. That's a fancy looking D8.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you hit this one pretty good. This one like hits more centered to like in the actual chest area, and it sticks in pretty good. And you see trying to shake it off, and like it penetrated pretty deep into its skin, and it's like trying to shake it off and like start coming back at you. So are you just gonna stay there?
Yeah, I'm gonna take I'm gonna stay here. If anything, I would only move to like get a little bit more stable footing. I don't know that would apply. So
I mean, you're pretty much, it's pretty stable where you're at right there.
okay, and I'm gonna shout to Tarat, hold the door.
I'm gonna throw my javelin at you.
Hodor?
Hodor!
Hodor.
And just so
Throw
you guys
my
know,
javelin at you
on
too
the
soon.
initiative tracker, I just put Morak there just in place for
Yeah?
the villagers and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what? You
'cause
don't
Morak
have
is
all
gonna-
30 of them in the initiative order?
Hey,
Let's
listen,
see it
what
on
kind
the
of
track.
game are you playing?
I'm just playing like it's rote, dude. Like
I
I
think you need to roll
wasn't
initiative
expecting
for
to have
each
to
of
have,
Hey.
the
like
30.
That's a lot of really, what is it? Thankful people. Right.
Okay, so I just put them there just so you guys know that's going to be for the
All
villagers.
right.
Um,
What you gonna do,
all right.
Tarat?
So
Gonna dodge?
now it's going to be Tarat.
Alrighty, so I've got one free hand, so I'm gonna grab my javelin and I'm gonna chuck it at the guy in front of me.
Very nice.
All right.
Thank you, Butt Lutterson. Hodor!
Ooh, that is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's it. And
Nice.
you're right in range. So roll for damage.
It's a D6, right?
Yep,
for
plus
damage.
plus your strength
Or Dex.
Dex?
Dex.
or dex, whatever's higher. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, then it's 6 damage.
Yeah, because it's
6 damage total.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, you
Roll
got
a big old 2.
pretty
Yeah.
good damage. You see him, you just like pull out your javelin and you just huck it right at him, and it catches him a little bit more in the hip. It doesn't really
So-
do anything to immobilize him or anything, but you see it just takes a pretty good catches him.
So earlier before we ran out, I said I had my hand axe in one hand and the head in the other. So I still have my hand axe in one hand. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's fine. You threw the head and then you drew out the javelin,
Yo,
and then you threw the javelin. So now you still had your hand axe ready, so you're good.
cool.
All right, and you're just gonna stay there. You want to move any?
So for the like rock formations in the center, are they like passable for them? Because earlier one of them was in it. Can they just like step over them? Like,
Yeah. So
I need a
some
little more description.
Okay, yeah. So they're not all like from floor to ceiling, like
Okay.
the whole way. So the ceiling is about 30 feet tall. Some of these, so you see these two here that are pretty much the two that are any place you see them joined, those probably go up about, the joined part goes up about 5 feet. The bigger, kind of thicker stalactites or stalagmites, whichever, those ones go up about 20 feet, but there's still enough room in between some of these, and like some of this, like on this backside, they're only like 3 feet tall. It's more of like a little bit of a mound, but you could definitely make your way through them. And these are tiny little ones, so you could make your way through here. You could squeeze through here. You could squeeze. Well, actually, you could just walk over top of that. It's only about 3 feet high. You could squeeze through. You could probably just pass through there, and you could pass through there. So you can pretty much tell that it came out this way, and that's why it's on this back side here. So it kind of like came out that way, like that.
How do I use the measuring? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So you can see the little arrow right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can pass through these little rocks.
Yeah, you can make it through there.
All right. Let's see. And how do you make turns again? You hit Q.
Q. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to think of something.
All right, come on. Ain't got all day.
All right, yeah, I'll just move right there. Dude. Whatcha?
Move
Get
your
some-
All right.
10 feet.
All right. Very nice. So now that brings us to the ogre's turn. And we're going to move this bottom one first. And it can
He
move.
runs out the front door.
The heck with this.
And it's going to stop there. And it is actually going to pull out.
Javelin.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
It was leaned up against that rock right there.
Is it like ogre-sized javelin? So it's just
It's kind of a normal size javelin, but in comparison
like a
to
telephone post.
Yeah.
no, it's a normal size javelin. It just looks smaller in its hand.
Okay, so like a dart.
it pulls up a javelin, and it's going to fire at Coyn. So let's see.
But it
here.
does like dart damage, right? Like
Yeah.
D4.
Yeah, D4.
It does D2 damage.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's an 18 to hit.
Oh, that is.
Oof, Gosh.
Okay.
Well, at least it wasn't 20.
Okay, that's 4 points of damage.
21 minus 4.
17.
Yep.
So
Maybe.
it kind of runs up, and it doesn't really catch you real good, but it just comes up, and it actually like wedges itself into the wall behind you as it like kind of clipped your shoulder a little bit, and it's kind of stuck there in the wall, and then it just halts there, and you see it like it was dragging this like great club in its left hand, kind of behind it, like along on the ground, and it just reached over and grabbed that javelin and just hucked it. And then this other one is going to make its way up there because you've thrown the head and you've hit it with the magic missiles, and you've also hit it with a javelin. It's coming up, and it's gonna take a swing at Tarat with its great club that it was also dragging along with it. So it's going to take a swing at Tarat. But 21 to hit.
For now, that hits. Yep.
Yeah.
Ow.
Maybe one day that won't hit.
Yep. One day I'll be like, not even 35.
And that is 5 points of damage. So it just kind of lumbers up and takes this great club and just like slings it down, catches you on the ribs. They're just kind of
Ouch.
catches you. Does good little bit of damage.
Okay.
And kind of stands there, and then that brings us to Oran.
Yep. So now I've spent all the spells that I recovered during Arcane Recovery, so just gonna go back to the old Chill Touch.
Tried and true.
Yeah, and
She'll be there for you.
I'm not sure how bloodied. Obviously, the one up north has taken more hits. Do I get a sense of how bloodied he looks there, Brady, or is he looking right fit, looking okay?
He's not bloodied, but he would be halfway between bloodied and fine.
Okay. On a scale of 0 to his max HP,
don't ask.
what's he
Brady
look
what
like?
he's looking like.
Okay, so
he looks like a rag that is red.
all right, so
What does that mean, Brady? We don't know.
I'm gonna cast Chill Touch. Gonna cast Chill Touch on the northern one. Just want to take one of them out and kind of show the other one that he needs to rethink his life.
Yeah, we got magic.
So that's a range
Inappropriate word
attack,
insert
right?
here.
Yeah, that's a ranged attack, and that's an 11.
Oh, 11 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh. Okay. And I
Big
can't
piles of meat. Remember that.
find my D8 over here, so I'm gonna reach back for another one in the stack.
Cast Conjure D8.
Yeah, conjure D8. Don't know where it went.
Find D8 familiar.
Oh, good. It's 1 point of necrotic damage.
Ooh,
It's a cantrip.
he's
Hey.
feeling it.
But
It can't
heal
take
it
any
back.
healing actions. All right.
He can't.
Hey.
Yeah.
He can't pick me up and eat me and heal.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you gonna stay there? Are you gonna move?
No, I'm just gonna stay here. Just don't
You should
really.
go get a meat shield.
I'm not gonna be a meat shield. I'm gonna be a pile of meat.
You
All right.
sack-
Moving on. Coin's turn, or Villager's turn. I don't even know if they want to come out yet.
No, they do. That was the game plan. Is everybody's gonna run
yeah.
out?
That was the game plan. Is you guys went
Yeah,
out
but this
and
guy's a
started doing
prior
your thing.
adventurer. He's gonna make smart decisions.
All right. So that being said, he's gonna look to you since he's standing there. He's gonna look to Oran. He's
I'm
say,
gonna.
no.
All right, and I'm gonna look back and say, "Hold. For now."
Okay, you better hurry. I don't know if everyone's gonna hold this long. They'll just start bolting, and I can't do anything about it.
Well, hopefully we've got it more in hand at that point.
All right, just hurry. Do what you can.
Yeah,
Clear the way.
we got it.
You're on the way, dear.
Okay, it's Coyn's turn.
All right, yep, it's Coin's turn.
Moving
They're gonna
on.
hold. You see him kind of look back. He kind of looks back at everyone. He's like, "Hold it," telling them, and you see everybody kind of like they're chomping at the bit, but you see him kind of relax just a little bit, but they're still ready to go. So now it's Coin's turn.
I am going to cast Command on the southerly ogre.
Command on the southern one,
Southern ogre.
and that is a what's the?
It's a wisdom save.
I speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. Blah, 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 blah. Wisdom
That's
saving throw
wisdom
DC
saving throw. What's your DC?
13.
Okay, 13. Here we go.
Come on,
They're
come
not too smart.
We need a dice cam for the DM. Just throwing it out there.
come on, roll a 1.
Let's
That's
see.
a
Hang
one.
on.
That's a 1. Come on.
You've seen what all the modifiers are.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he has a negative modifier,
Mm-hmm.
and it just bumped it down to 12.
Oh. All right. What are you gonna tell him? What are you gonna tell him?
I'm going to tell him.
Don't be a sales pitch.
I'm going to tell him. Oh, what's a good one-word command? Protect.
What?
I'm going to tell him to protect the villagers. or no. Better yet. Sean, I'm not going to tell him to protect. I'm going to look at him, I'm gonna point to the entrance, and I'm going to say, run.
There we
There
go.
you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I was gonna say I don't remember the wording on command if he like can't take like if he assumes that like you're allies.
You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a saving throw or follow it on the next thing. Spell has no effect if the target is undead or doesn't understand the language. Your command is directly harmful, or if it's directly harmful to it. Okay. Some
Yeah, I
typical
was trying to avoid
commands.
being directly harmful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you describe something that's not listed on here, the DM determines how the target behaves. If the target can't follow your command, the spell ends.
Okay. Yeah. So run.
So, yeah, I mean, that's
Flee. Bye.
Disengage.
you pointed at it
Run.
and you see it like it was kind of mad, like it was trudging at you. And you just looked at it and you said, run. And you're pointing out the cave mouth and you see it just kind of like look up at you and just go, kind of shakes its head a little bit and it's just like,
Puppy dog face.
yeah, it looks kind of confused and just looks a little bit confused. So you're gonna stand there? You,
Is he running?
He
Is he moving?
Takes it on his next.
It'll be on the next one.
his turn.
Okay, next turn.
Potentially.
Can I?
I'm
You're just
what
gonna
I'm
stand
going
there?
to do is I'm going to move down to this area, reload my crossbow bolt as I do.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right.
Did Oran see this and have some kind of like feeling of confirmation that it worked?
You can barely see its face because you can see
Okay.
in dim light.
Yeah,
You
I'm
can
not
barely see
gonna.
its face, but you can't. You can see its face has changed, but you can't really tell
Yeah.
exactly if it's.
Okay, yeah.
Worse or
Oran's
good or
not
what
gonna
it is.
feel confident about telling the villagers to go yet. Then.
Okay, so that brings us to Tarat. So you're standing toe to toe with this ogre up there.
Yep. I am gonna. Well, where's my d20? There it is. I'm going to swing at him with my hand axe.
Okay.
For 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Nice.
Cool. That does 6 damage. No, 5 damage because -1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna do flurry of blows.
Ooh,
Nice.
Do I need to roll 2 d20s for each unarmed attack?
Yes, for each attack you
Okay.
roll an attack like a d20.
All right. First one is a 21
That's
Nice.
a hit.
for
Show me crit.
6 damage. And
Dang.
the second one, get out of there, is 19 to hit
God.
That's a hit.
and is 7 damage. And I don't have to minus those because it's my hand.
You
Nice.
catch these hands, boy. Yeah. So you just walk up and you're just like, after getting hit, you just kind of like, oh. You take that hand axe and swipe it across there, and like you can tell from where it took that little bit of acid damage, it didn't quite exactly cut into the skin like you wanted it to. But then after that, you just like you walk right up on into it, and you just go like, just like right into the ribs, and you hear like a rib snap, like one or two ribs snap it with each hit that you just right into its side, and it's definitely looking bloodied. And it's I wouldn't say it's on its last legs or anything, but it's definitely.
No, I don't imagine it is.
And ain't
starting to look a little-
That is one rib of I don't know.
But I mean, you just did over like
30.
what, close to 20 damage, 25
Yeah.
damage, close to something like that. I mean, that's
How
pretty good.
something like that? I was hoping you were paying attention. Or
Yeah.
I mean,
adding
I
that up.
took it down. I just didn't add
Okay,
it
yeah.
totally. I've got the things here, but so yeah, you did a pretty good amount of damage. And you're just gonna stand there because if you move away, it'll get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, that's the game plan. I'm just gonna stand there, I reckon.
All right, so that brings us to the ogre's turn.
Oh, and one of my key points is expended, obviously.
nice.
yes, just make sure you mark that down. Very
Yo.
good use, though.
Yeah.
All right, so you see this one up north that just took the hits from Tarat. You see him just kind of like stares, like and it just raises its great for an attack on Tarat. Does a 16 hit?
16 is what my
Man.
it's what it is.
So that's a hit.
I mean, if you say so, Brady.
Hey, we had discussed glancing blows. That's going to be something that comes in a few levels. So,
Yeah.
We definitely might need that.
oh, hits you for max damage of 8. Does 8 points of damage. Yeah.
Cool. I enjoy the gruesome demise of my life.
All right. So now that brings us to the other one. So Coyn, you are looking at the one you just commanded, and you're just kind of like waiting in anticipation, and you see it kind of like shake its head a little bit, and you see it kind of sort of stagger, and it starts to turn around,
Go.
and it just starts running off as fast as it
And
can.
he starts breakdancing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a dash. It's a dash action.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
I mean,
Dash would be
he's
a run.
running. He's not just like
Yeah.
Yeah. However far
Get-
he just went, double that.
get on out.
Because obviously the best thing for all the people is that that ogre is outside in the woods somewhere.
So Coyn, you just see this ogre turn around, and it just starts just running towards the mouth of the cave, and you just hear it just straight on out of the cave. Like you can't see it anymore. Like he gone.
Good.
Nice.
That's what I wanted to happen. I got a plan for the other thing. I just got to ask the DM about it on my next turn.
Oh boy.
Okay, so that was the ogre's turn. So now that brings us to Oran.
All right. Oran's going to see the see the ogre take a run out the door, leaving the pathway clear. He's going to turn to Morak and say, "Now!" And he's going to cast Chill Touch at the northern ogre.
What are you doing in my cavern?
That's a 10 to hit.
Total. You don't have any other modifiers?
No, that's the total.
Nope,
So
just misses.
his AC is 11. Yeah.
Hey, easy there.
I mean, 11 hit last time, a 10 misses. So
Patrick, a random humanoid in a different realm, is
The-
saying that watching this on the
yeah.
Vitamin D&D podcast.
So,
on Twitch,
Distracted by the dim light and misses the Chill Touch.
You weren't wanting to hit Tarat because you saw him just get hit
Yeah.
and he clobbered it, so you're like, oh.
Yeah. Normally I wouldn't mind, but he took a big hit. Didn't want to hit him again.
you wouldn't mind hitting me.
Yeah. That's what Brady.
Do you want to move any?
No. Yeah. So I'm gonna move down here. Let me get back control of Oran. It's 5, 10, 15. We go there. And
Okay.
in my turn.
All right, so before you took off, you looked back at Morak and you were just like, get to the chopper. You're just
Yeah.
like, go. you
Get
can
to the
make it."
chopper.
So, all right.
No.
They all run to the top, waiting a chopper that never existed in the realm.
Yeah. No, with the villagers, Morak.
You Morak.
Oh man.
There's another ooze in the darkness that we can't see.
No, shh. It's gonna
I
be
mean, we
fine.
did leave most of that puddle. I mean, it could just regen.
I was doing that to
See.
see.
Let's see how long this caterpillar. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and they all can't see either, so I imagine they're just like all grabbing.
Well, they're all
each
like
other by the
they're all
shoulder,
like
and
me.
just
They're
like-
in dim light.
They've got one hand on the person in front of them and one hand on the wall because they knew they were going out that way. So they're just feeling along the wall and hanging on to the person in front of them.
Not to be morbid or anything, but I feel like those three guys that are real close to that hole should, make a, I don't know, a
Dex
check
save
or something. Yeah.
All right. Let's get this
You
wagon
want
train a
them to?
moving. No,
I
just
mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, you're
Come
just
on.
What do you want?
let's get to the
This
dice
is gonna
rolling.
This is going to take long enough as it is.
Yes.
Okay, so they make their move,
Hey, Macarena.
and that brings us back to the top of the round for Coyn. So you heard Oran say, go, and then you start to hear all these people running out underneath you, and you're standing up on this ledge, and you can see them just, they're starting to make their way. They're not really going fast, and you can see them hanging on to the person in front, and they've got one hand along the wall, and they're just kind of like, oh, please do this. Just give us, I just want to get out. And you're just hearing like just saying, I just want to get out of here. I just want to go. I just want to go home. And they're just like quietly whimpering, but they're moving as fast as they can, and they're just getting on out.
How passable is this little? Oh, I somehow got the thing turned off. There we go. How passable is this little area right here? How can the ogre fit through here pretty easily?
Like
How
through
much
this
area
area.
would I need to make impassable for the ogre to get through?
That right there, I mean, an ogre could fit through there. That area right there. Are you
Mm,
saying this right here?
Yep, that area. Yeah. So
So you're
the-
wanting to make it impassable?
yeah, with some snake oil and flint and tinder.
I mean, it would have to be a pretty big flame because it could still run through come through the flame.
Mhm.
It would just take like some slight fire damage. So I mean, like you'd have to put like a big boulder there or something. But are you saying in case that other ogre that you made run off comes back?
Right.
I mean, as far as you know right now, yeah, he's gone and he ain't coming back. But if you
Well,
want to jump down and
Yeah, I'm
use
gonna
your turn to put that.
stand here and kind of bridge the gap. So I'll move. So that's 10 feet to move off of there, right?
Mm.
So it's
Yeah, it's 10 feet down and
Mhm.
then 5, 10. So yeah, that's 20 feet right there where you're at is what you've used up.
Yep. And then what's the distance here? 30 feet. I'll fire off the remaining. Do I see anything down the hallway here? Over here? Like where I can't see anything? Since I'm standing here, I'll be able to see back there.
Oh, yeah, you can see it back there. Hang on. You can just see them. Those people are still just filing their way out. They've still got a hold of the person in front of them, and they've got one hand on the wall. And they're just making their way out.
Then I'll fire off that crossbow bolt at the ghost Ogre.
Okay, it's 30 feet away. Take
Yep.
a shot.
17 plus 4 is 21. That should be 8. That's a d6. Where'd my pretty d8 go? There it is. That is a 4 plus 2. That's 6 points of damage.
6 points. What was it you said you rolled for the attack? 21?
17 plus 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so 6 points of damage.
Yep.
Not too shabby. All right, well, it catches it kind of in the bicep, and you see it just kind of like, kind of tries to shrug it off, and it's just like, but you had a pretty good hit, and it's getting pretty close to going down.
Let's take it
So
down.
that's your move. Take it down, bring it down, bring it down.
And I'm gonna kind of like usher them faster. Go.
So yeah, you're just kind of like go, go, go. I'll watch this.
As they're all blind as crap. They're just
Yeah,
like,
They can see, it's them, but I mean they can see you, and well, they see this goblin just going go, 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 go.
Yeah.
All right,
now
so
they're gonna trust goblins, and later in life they're gonna get really in a bad predicament
Yeah.
due to that.
all right, so that brings us to Tarat.
Yup. You already know what I'm gonna do. It's the only thing that makes sense. I'm gonna swing at him with my.
Oh.
That is 21 to hit.
It's a
Half
hit.
as hard.
Yeah, there we go.
And that is 6 points of damage.
Oh,
And I'm gonna do another round of flurry of blows.
give it oh my gosh, a flurry of blows.
That's 19 to hit.
Oh my god.
I will say this: if you roll well enough, you could possibly kill this
Let's
thing.
do it.
That's 6 damage on that one.
Yeah.
All right, this thing is like teetering.
The final backhand slap is 16 to hit
That's a hit.
for 8 damage.
Ooh.
So you slash it a little bit across the chest, and then you just take it again, and you just like you hit it square in the ribs as hard as you can, and then you just like and you just kind of like jump up and like hit it right across the jaw.
So you can.
Jesus Christ.
And like you see its jaw like basically disconnect, and then it just like
I hope it falls backwards. Okay.
it does.
And it
falls
Yeah.
Yeah, it falls on me and kills me.
But no, it staggers back and then just falls on its back.
Can it just fall on a stalagmite just for me?
Yeah.
It teeters over this way and
Broken jaw and just
stalagmite, and it's just and it's left impaled. So technically, you're now all out of combat, but the villagers just keep on running because they don't really know what's up. They don't know what you've done.
Yeah.
They can really see.
Is Daphne like bringing up the rear?
She was about in the middle. She was actually just behind Coyn.
Okay.
On his turn, and she's
Yeah.
just now running past.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna move down to Coyn.
Yeah. I'm worried.
Where I last saw the other ogre.
Yeah.
I was just making sure I could do that. It's only 25 feet.
Well, technically, right now you're out of combat.
Yeah, out of combat, so we can freely move.
I'm gonna do it like that.
Be like, well,
They're still making their way out because they don't know any different. So they're just.
I don't like the way you said that. I'm gonna try to like.
don't know any different.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to shuffle as much past them as I can to get
Well,
into
Whenever I say that, what I'm meaning is
not being.
all
slow.
they knew of the plan was once you run out of this, don't stop, hang on to the person in front of you, and just keep going. Like that was the last
All
thing
right.
they're just. That's what they're doing. They're just going. They don't
Yeah.
know any different. They're just
We
trying
could
to get
yell
out.
at somebody like, tell Morak an ogre is fallen. I mean, just
Okay,
to
and
let
you
just
see,
just to let them
there
know
was,
what's up.
what you can see one of the guys. It looks like he was a guard at one point.
One of Daphne's
just kinda
twins.
as he's running past Danny, as he's running past, he
Yeah.
just kind of looks and like in your direction. You just see him like nod. He's like, "Oh, yes, okay," and he just keeps going.
I'm gonna tell Oran and Coyn. I'm gonna go chase the other one. And I'm gonna make
Okay.
my way to the front opening.
See if you can see him. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was gonna see if I could do.
Let me see if I can make
Alright.
contact with Kate while we're running
I'm
towards
gonna
the door.
I'll get right there, and then I'll let Brady move us all. So I imagine it's gonna have to go to a different map.
I
Where
think
did
this
I
is
go?
where we start. I don't know. You're in the darkness. Yeah, if I
I'm
can
in
make
the
contact
darkness.
with Kate, see if I can get a tally on what this ogre might be doing.
Okay, since you're close to the opening of the cave, see where did you go? Coyn. Oh, there you are.
I don't know how I got in the dark, but there, I'll pull myself out.
Yeah, there you are. So you're able to kind of reestablish connection with Kate. What was it you were wanting to?
I mean, see if she can tell me what the other ogre is doing, like where it went, like if it got like out of eyesight and then it was like, I don't have to run anymore and like turned around or what.
Okay, so first she relays to you
Barreled through
that
the goblins.
Yeah, the goblins came out and they went out and to the west around, and she saw them go up on top of the mound, and they started gathering around the chimney where you guys came down.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just telling you that, like, from what you can gather, Snigbat's trying to tell him, like, somebody must have broke in here or something to that effect. He's trying to basically stall. But she also relays to you she saw the ogre run out and just ran out. He got out of the cave about 20-25 feet, and then she saw him kind of slow down, but then just kind of like stutter stepped and looked around, and then just like took off into the woods, and just like, as far as she knows, she could hear it. It just kept running.
All right, nice. So we should see. I mean, if we take a step further out, we should see the villagers kind of curling around from the east side, right?
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
All right, Oran, you gonna relay all this info?
yeah. Be like, Coyn, Tarat. It looks like our ogre is long gone and kept running, so I don't think we have anything to worry about. The goblins are up on top. I don't know. I don't think that there's really anything else of value in this cave. I think we should go escort to, further solidify our value, our charges back to the town. And
as Oran is talking, Tarat leaves to go cut off an ear from the ogre.
yeah.
Nice.
I'm very much trained, and I guess I'll look at his body, but I think he's mostly not clothed or wearing anything.
Yeah,
so
you don't see anything besides the Great Club. But that was
did
it.
he have anything cool in his gut? I mean, he's like kind of spirit open. Like anything interesting, like spill out? I don't know.
Just gross.
Plus one hand axe. I don't know.
Well, from what you can tell, it looks like it's the bits of things that are actually coming out of what it's like its stomach area look like pieces of human.
Gross.
All right, yeah, just lob that ear.
What you doing over there, Coyn?
Coin's gonna just take a quick look down.
Down this completionist hole.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody understands me. He's torn. I'm gonna say he's torn between greed of finding something and the welfare of others. So he's gonna let that little bit of greed kind of pick at him a little bit and see if you notice anything.
You're
down
gonna
there
find
facing.
the second sludge monster.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Unless that's a token that Brady is hidden there for not use later. I don't like the edge. Yeah, thank you, Brady. Oh no.
There's not much edge.
Nothing
to, like,
there. Nothing there.
hide it around. So here, wait, I'll do this.
Oh, poof. Is that the ooze? Oh no. Oh, that was the ogre. Okay, gotcha. Got it. Okay. Well.
So Coin's looking down this hallway, and Tarat is lobbing the ear off, and Oran is kind of standing there communicating with Kate.
Yeah, and I'll try to. Oran's just gonna try to make contact with the villagers and let them know, like, hey, we can start making our way back, but we can, have to keep at a breakneck pace.
Okay, so you're gonna start making your way out.
Yeah.
To go and meet up with them. All right,
Yep.
Coin, what are you doing? Or Tarat, are you gonna make your way back out?
I'm gonna make my way to Coin to give him this ear.
Okay, and then Coin, you're standing there at that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'd like to
Are
listen.
you playing eerie music?
I'd like to listen and look down that hallway.
All right, give me a perception check.
All right.
And I think my
Can
camera.
it be with disadvantage? Because I'm just gonna walk up behind him. Here
Yeah.
you go, Mr. Valentine.
+2, 17. That's right. +2, +2, +2,
Yeah.
+2. There's my
+2, +2.
perception +3. So that's total of 20.
20.
20.
Okay. Let's see.
Unnatural.
You see
Mama Ogre.
That's where they went.
You see 8 goblins. I'll just show them. And that's not actually Snigbat. I didn't mean to have him there. And they're just, you see them kind of like, they're all turned in, like they're facing away from you, but they're kind of huddled in, looking away from you. And they're kind of like a little bit distracted, kind of.
So I turn around, I look at Tarat, and I go, shh, shh, and I point. Time to go.
So you guys make your way back out?
And on the way out, I'd like to cast one of my first level spells. I'm going to follow the villagers out.
Well, by the time you made it back over there, everybody's gone.
I'd like to still cast a spell, Pass Without Trace, on. Well, if I could have caught them before I left, I'd like to cast that on them.
No,
That's,
they're already gone when we got over there.
I was gonna say
Is that
pass.
what-
I think pass without trace is like a 30-foot like sphere.
Oh, it's only on self.
But I think.
Okay, well they were gone
Anyway.
anyway, so
Yeah, so it
we
wouldn't
can
matter.
work that out for now.
Oh man.
So you guys all
But maybe
can-
if you demonstrated to them, they could kind of get the fundamentals
So,
of how to like.
Me coming back at this moment is great because I don't know what's going on, and Tarat like runs past me. Like what's happening?
And I okay, so I will cast Pass Without Trace on us three because it says on yourself and your party. So it says a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including yourself, has a +10 bonus to stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
So I guess you could say you
Leave no
pass
trace.
without a trace.
That's right.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
I-
cool.
Untraceable even.
Up to one hour.
And you guys are standing there at the mouth of the cave, and you can kind of hear the villagers making their way, like, or you can at least hear Morak kind of in the distance, kind of like, yeah, follow me this way. This way's the mouth. Go this way. And you guys hear that, and you start to take off in the direction of the villagers, and you make your way there, and that's where we'll end this session.
Nice. Whew.
So very good session. That was some
Not
good,
murder.
very good.
Yeah,
good thinking with
clutch.
the spells.
Yeah, clutch command. Dustin, it paid off big time.
Yeah, that was, if
The
you would have done that, that would have been a very different outcome.
Yeah.
But also, Trot, some good flurry of blows. You were.
Oh
Definitely,
yeah, dude.
good use. I think
Yeah.
we all
I have
did.
to say, Coyn or not Coyn, Oran did soften it up with that first magic missile.
Magic
there.
missile. Oh, nice.
Oh, he sure did, man. Yeah.
13
Yeah, that
damage.
the
They
damage
followed-
on that magic missile was better than any of the ones versus the ooze. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he followed it up with the 1 point of damage. Which
yeah, 1 point necrotic.
It
You
worked.
gonna heal, bro? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just like roasting them.
Got roasted.
You're not coming back from that one.
Very integral parts to that fight. That was some good teamwork. So yeah, that was it for this session. Just once again, we'd like to thank Jonathan at JNATHYN for our theme song, Noir, for our intro and sometimes our outro. Thank you to Syrinscape for our sound set and the music and everything that you heard tonight. We'll be posting those sound sets that we used on our social media later. Thank you to Roll20 for their virtual tabletop that we've been playing with. It makes everything great. Thank you to everybody that watched. Let's see. Hang on. We had some people in here. Who was it? Butt Mutterson. Thank you for checking in. We've also got, I know, a couple of these people. Pocket Full of Coin. Also, thank you to
That's me.
I know. just trying to call out, and also
Another
Intense Shadow
TV
Blaster.
viewer.
Yeah, thank you to just thank you to everybody that joined
Yeah.
in. Even if you didn't comment, thank you for stopping in, watching. We appreciate it. If you weren't able to catch us live, you can catch us on video on demand on our Twitch channel for up to 14 days after the original air. You can check us out on our YouTube channel, Vitamin D&D Cabinet. Check us out there. You can also hear this in podcast form if you search for Heroes Need Not Apply on anywhere you find your podcasts. And then you can hit up our social media. Just look for the Vitamin D&D Pod or the Vitamin D&D Cabinet. Search for that, and you'll see us pop up. Hit us up with any suggestions, anything you liked, anything we could do better, comments, suggestions, concerns, whatever. How much you like the show, what we could do to.
Yeah.
We're always big fans of constructive criticism. So,
Except to me, I'm very fragile.
yeah, just be gentle. But yeah, thank you all for watching. You guys have anything before we go?
Let's see. I've been highlighting the videos on Twitch, so they should stick around. But if you don't want to watch them again on Twitch, like he said, on our YouTube channel, Vitamin D&D Cabinet, and I've got all the Syrinscape. What's it called?
List of
all the song sets that we play, and also a link to JNATHYN's YouTube channel. So go to the description. You should be able to
check him out. I really
got
like
a
his music.
lot of great music.
Retro kind of vibes. Check it out.
Very nice. Yeah.
So that's going to be it. Again, thank you for everybody that watched. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. If you haven't already, please consider hitting the follow button or the subscribe button on our YouTube or our podcast or on if you did enjoy the content. We do appreciate it. Or spread the word. Tell people about this. Let them know what's going on, both our podcast and this show and our YouTube. And we would appreciate it. But other than that, I believe that's going to do us for tonight. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you after your long rest.
Bye.
Deuces.
Deuces.